We have played games about all the animals in the zoo, all the birds in the sky, and we've even gone to Mars. So it's about time that we bring things down to Earth. Hey there, everyone. I'm Kylie, here at Games Unlimited in Pittsburgh, and today I want to talk about Earth. So this is kind of the new hotness. A lot of people are starting to have some rumblings that this might be the game of 2023. Particularly if you're into your heavier games, so one of the bigger games of last year was Ark Nova. This has some similarities, but not nearly as heavy or nearly as long. So while it's getting comparisons to Ark Nova, it's also getting comparisons to Wingspan as far as its accessibility and its playtime. The other big point of comparison between both Ark Nova and Wingspan is this is a game with hundreds of completely unique cards. And whereas Ark Nova is all dealing with animals that you can put in your zoo, Wingspan is dealing with so many different types of birds. Earth is dealing largely with flora and various types of terrain. So these cards have terrains on them, like this is the monsoon irrigated plateau, and much like Wingspan, it's got lots of different text, a lot of information about that on it, beautiful artwork, and of course you're gonna have fauna, like this cat spruce here. So lots of different cards, lots of different ways to get points and to strategize in the game. So let's talk about it a little bit. Each player is going to have their own individual player board, and this is where they're going to start the game by picking the island that they're going to be working on, and they'll have some special abilities there, the climate that the island has, and the ecosystem. So again, it's a very integrated game with a lot of interesting things about life on our planet. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to have some cards in your hand, and you're going to be playing them to your habitat area, which is eventually, by the end of the game, hopefully going to be a 4x4 grid. So you're going to be playing cards out in this 4x4 grid, and your first card can go anywhere. After that, it has to be adjacent to existing cards. And that placement is important because that's going to determine both how your special abilities, the order that those special abilities are going to be activated in, as well as some of the cards are actually going to reference other cards in the same column that they're in, the same row that they're in. So you really have to put some thought into that. The basic gameplay, however, is very simple. The lead player, the active player, is going to choose one of 4 actions. They're all at the top of your player board. So they will choose one of those, and they will get the top action, the more powerful action. So this has resonances of games like Race for the Galaxy or Puerto Rico. Everyone else is going to get the bottom action, which is not quite as powerful as that top action. But the action's also associated with a color, and that's where these special abilities on your cards come in. So if someone does the red action, everyone who has red actions in their tableau are going to be able to activate those as well. And you're going to be doing things like drawing more cards for your hand, being able to play some of those cards, getting soil. Soil is the primary currency you're going to be using to pay for cards. You might be able to sprout things in your landscape. So these cards have these little squares on them. I think of these like the eggs in Wingspan, because you'll put sprouts on those little areas. Each card only has room for so many of them, but each of them is a point at the end of the game. And you also might be able to grow trees. This is the really cool visual element. So some of the cards have tree trunks that can grow, stalks or tree trunks, but it'll say on the card that this can hold, in the example of this card, it can hold up to 5 trunks. Now each trunk is worth 1 point each, but if you get all 5, if you cap it off, the last one is going to use one of these little toppers here. The colors don't really matter. That shows that that tree is completely capped and it's worth a different amount of points, usually more points than the 1 point after all. So this one, 5 spots completes it, but it's worth 7 points if you've completed the whole thing. Now, of course, this is a game of interacting synergy, so there will be times when you can pay cards and pay tree trunks, take them off to get certain other things, maybe some soil, maybe put cards in your compost bin. So sometimes you'll be able to discard cards either from your hand or the top of the deck into your compost bin. Those are worth 1 point apiece at the end of the game. There's also this fauna section. So there are animals in the game. 4 of them go out at the beginning of the game, and this is a bit of a race. So they'll have prerequisites on them. The first person to complete those prerequisites will get to put one of their little leaf symbols at the top and be worth the most points, but other people can get it. It's just going to be worth fewer points the more people have gotten it by the time that you complete that particular thing. Lots of different variabilities, your starting island, your starting climate, your starting ecosystem, the different fauna that's out there. So no 2 games are going to be the same. But It plays really fast. My first game of this, 2 players, we did the teach and everything, but the actual gameplay, an hour. You just play until someone has 16 cards, which seems like a lot, but keep in mind, it's not just on your turn that you'll be able to play cards, because you can piggyback off of other people's actions. So you're going to be doing stuff on every player's turn. It does not feel like a slog. It actually, the turns go very quickly. I do think this is a game we're going to be talking about for quite a while. I've really enjoyed it. Of course, I love the art. I love games with hundreds of different cards. So every game you're going to see stuff that you haven't seen before. So I highly recommend you come and check out Earth. I think we're going to be talking about this one for a long time. If you like Wingspan, if you like Ark Nova, if you like Terraforming Mars, games in that vein, this is going to have a prominent place in your shelf. So I am Kylie at Games Unlimited. Come on down, ask us about Earth, pick up a copy, take it home, unbox some fun.